The Tour Championship has undergone yet another transformation, and the PGA Tour might not be done tinkering. In Atlanta, a debate rages. Should the Tour Championship celebrate the season-long champion or strive to be a prestigious golf tournament in its own right? At the heart of this 2-decade-long debate and constant format changes lies a simple question. Is the FedEx Cup playoffs, this debate, ever happening? Or just the Tour Championship? Is the FedEx Cup playoffs their own way of doing things? Culmination, an 8-month reflection, or a standalone event that ranks among golf's best titles? Is it more like European soccer, where the season's best prevails? Or American sports, where weekly winners reign supreme? The world's best golfer, Scottie Scheffler, urges us to rethink these comparisons. Golf is simply not like other sports, he asserts. For nearly 2 decades, the PGA Tour has navigated this delicate balance, with top stars describing the various formats as goofy, silly, and confusing. Now, the Tour Championship tees off on Thursday, marking yet another iteration after a player-led movement sparked a mid-season shift. But even this change might be short-lived. This week, however, confusion is absent. No advantages, no algorithms. For this season, the Tour Championship is a straightforward 30-man, 72-hole tournament at East Lake Golf Club, with $40 million on the line. While no perfect solution exists, most players are relieved to see the end of the starting stroke era. But here's where it gets controversial. What if Tommy Fleetwood, who's been consistently ranked in the top 5 without a win for a decade, becomes the season-long Tour champion in the first year without starting strokes? A twist of fate or a well-deserved victory? To understand how we got here, we must look back to 2007, when the PGA Tour introduced the FedEx Cup playoffs. The top point earners during the regular season qualified for a few final tournaments, with the Tour Championship and its monster bonus checks as the ultimate prize. From 2007 to 2018, the Tour Championship winner also claimed the FedEx Cup, except in 2018, when Tiger Woods won the championship. But Justin Rose took the cup, creating a confusing dual champion scenario. In response, the Tour introduced a creative solution in 2019, the starting strokes era. The top golfer began at 10 under par, while those ranked 26 to 30 started at even par, with the rest in between. While it produced some dramatic finishes, it failed to satisfy the season champion argument, leaving many questioning its purpose. Starting strokes felt goofy from a competitive point of view, said Patrick Cantlay. Ricky Fowler added, it was always confusing because you had a regular tournament and the staggered starts simultaneously. Rory McIlroy, however, defended the starting strokes, arguing that the season's best player should have an advantage. So, in a player-led shift, the PGA Tour is now trying to make the Tour Championship the hardest event to qualify for, aiming to create a marquee tournament. Interestingly, the player most affected by this change, Scottie Scheffler, is also its biggest advocate. Scheffler, atop the standings for 4 straight years, believes winning the Tour Championship should be a significant accomplishment, not just a result of previous months' performances. In his recent interviews, Scheffler has emphasized that golf is not conducive to a single big championship. The season's big picture reveals the best player, and greatness is defined by winning the toughest tournaments. In our sport, you have to play good golf at the right time, he explained. If you want to win major championships, you must play great golf during those weeks. So if the quest for the correct season-long champion is over, the next step is finding the best level playing field. Ian O'Connor from The Athletic suggested a radical idea. Eliminate points in the playoffs, with only the top 50 advancing to the next round, and then the top 30 to the Tour Championship, creating a true playoff system akin to other sports. McIlroy supported this idea, but sponsors and executives might balk at the prospect of Scheffler or McIlroy missing the final due to one bad week. Match play has also been proposed, but Scheffler quickly dismissed it, citing the failure of a previous match play tournament. He believes changing the format for the last tournament is silly. The timing of this discussion coincides with the arrival of the new PGA Tour CEO, Brian Rory, who advocates for significant change and a holistic relook at the competitive model. Rory has launched the Future Competition Committee, chaired by Tiger Woods, to explore rotating venues and different formats. Everything is on the table, and Scheffler emphasizes the need to make the Tour Championship the hardest event to qualify for. So, is Sunday's winner the true FedEx Cup champ, or just the winner of a big tournament? Justin Thomas believes that qualifying for the Tour Championship grants the right to claim the FedEx Cup. Scheffler argues that reaching Atlanta without a win still signifies exceptional golf, citing players like Shane Lowry and Corey Connors, who consistently finished in the top 20 and 10, respectively, without a victory. And then there's Tommy Fleetwood, who's become a hot topic. Despite nearly a decade without a win in the US, Fleetwood has consistently finished in the top 5, an anomaly considering his 40-plus top 5 finishes during this period. A win this week would crown him the season champ, a scenario he finds pretty funny. An unexpected revelation was the mental toll the starting strokes era took on Scheffler. His caddy, Ted Scott, highlighted the challenge of sleeping on a lead, and Scheffler essentially held the Tour Championship lead for 8 months a year for 3 years. Not winning it was considered a failure, a burden that bothered him. It irked me when people said, "Hey, great playing, I'm sorry about how it ended," Scheffler recalled. "I won the Masters this year and a few other tournaments. It was a pretty good year." Scheffler wants winning the Tour Championship to be a celebrated achievement, not an assumed outcome. Whether you agree or not, we have 4 days of golf with the season's 30 best players. We don't know if this format will endure, but for now, it's the Tour Championship. "I don't know if it's the best format," McIlroy said, "but it's the one we have this week." And this is the part most people miss. The PGA Tour's ongoing evolution is a fascinating journey, and the debate over the Tour Championship's purpose adds an intriguing layer to the sport. So what do you think? Should the Tour Championship be about rewarding the season-long champion, or creating a prestigious standalone event? The floor is open for discussion.